Okay, not yet. Maybe we should do that first, because if you want to, let's click along with whatever I'm going to tell you. It would be nice that you have the connection. As you might have noticed, we have two networks in this building. One is called NHTV WPA, which is actually our network in this building. The other one is called EduRoam. Well, my preference is the EduRoam network. I will tell you why. Because the EduRoam network is a network which is shared by a lot of institutions. So, if you go to university in, for instance, Amsterdam or Cologne or Bologna, and you are on the EduRoam network, you are immediately connected to that network. Because it's a shared institution-wide. I think you, most countries you will have EduRoam as a, let's say, university network. If you want to log on it, you have to use your number from BUAS at buas.nl, so your email address actually, with your password. And your password is sent to you at your private email address. If you already tried to log in once, you should forget the network first, because it remembers your credentials, of course, so then you should forget it and then try it again. So it's 190 something or 180 or something, depending on which number you have received, at buas.nl, and then you fill in your password, and then it should immediately connect.
Which one that I have to choose
Yeah. Okay, this one. You should answer your password. Yeah. Fill in your password now.
It might be the same question. I'm wondering about on the phone, it might be the same question. It's asking for the certificates to use.
Yeah, then you have to press do not validate.
So it's just no.
Yeah.
Isn't that security?
No, because it's well, let's say it's locked on a different level. This network. So you do not validate it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So when you all managed to get on, then let's just start with a brief introduction about the networks. If it's not, if you're not managed to proceed, I will do it at the end of the session. I will look at your phones and laptops to see if I can help. Okay, my name, I have to introduce myself, it just started immediately, is Ilko Westland. I'm actually a lecturer as well for our, let's say, bachelor students. So I'm teaching in the first, second, and third year, and fourth year students, also supervising them with their graduation. As well as I'm helping my colleagues with, well, technical stuff, and then they used to ask me, and then, of course, you're also the one who's going to all first year students and explain a little bit about the network. So that's my purpose today. And I'm going to hopefully make your life a lot easier by starting with the entrance hall. I don't know if you today got in via the entrance hall, the main entrance, or ever did. But when you go to the main entrance, you will see a lovely lady who is sitting at the first, let's say, window. Those persons are really vital to your study. I think the most important ones. Why? Because what they do is they lend a lot of stuff. For instance, materials for an extension cord for a laptop. Well, let's say pens, flip overs, whatever you need during your study, you can see her, and she will, well, have all those things at her, let's say, availability to give freely to you. If you have problems with your laptop dies, for instance, or crashes, or I don't know what, then you can also go there to make an appointment with them, and then an IT guy will come to this building, which will not be me, but somebody who actually works for IT, and they can fix your laptop. To be honest, I don't know, because we will move to new campus. I don't know if they have a fixed, let's say, desk over there, but for now, until the autumn break, laptop dies, go there, and then they can help you. Next to that first counter, there's also the registration office. And what they are doing, but I think it's already done for you guys, they register. You can also register yourself for exams. It's done in a program which is called Osiris, and with Osiris you can check your study progress. If you go to osiris.buas.nl, I will make sure that you get this presentation if you don't have to write down all those names. If you go to that address, you can log in and then you see, okay, did I manage, for instance, to pass my academic writing course, and then which grade? So you will see your progress in Osiris. less about it what I have to tell you about the main entrance hall. Now let's go to your start of your, well, let's say online trip in this institution. You will start to go to myportal.bulas.nl, and it will look more or less like this. So if you have typed in this address, myportal.bulas.nl, you will get on this page. Not exactly this one, but it will say good afternoon and then your name. And then you will see news items and events which are coming up. And I guess you will only see 2 tiles at this final column, or 4 even. And you can customize these tiles by actually clicking on My Tiles. And then you can add or remove tiles as you please. The most important ones for now are the LMS tile. So because your, let's say, content, for instance, readers, handouts, is on the LMS. I will show it in a second. And Osiris is also one which actually you can check your grids, so then you don't have to remember all the addresses. What is even also on this tile, I hope you can see it, are at the top left, actually here, don't know why the screen is zoomed in, but there are 9 cubicles at the top left. If you click on these 9 cubicles, it will open this, and you will get more Office applications. So whenever you need to actually work on Word or PowerPoint, or you need to share stuff with others, you can click on these Office applications on the top left of your screen. One which could be very helpful is Microsoft Teams. I don't know if you ever heard of Microsoft Teams, but it's actually, let's say, WhatsApp plus version, where you can actually communicate with one another, as well as sharing files. So whenever you have to do group work with each other, it might be really easy to open Microsoft Teams, create one. I will actually I can show you now. It will look like this. This is, for instance, a Microsoft Teams environment. Maybe I should open one of mine. I'm a third-year placement supervisor, so I'm supervising students who are actually at this moment in time in Curaçao and Suriname. So they're not coming back to this university, but they want to have contact with us. I'm supervising them, so I'm communicating with these students or in a chat folder, and if I want to share files with them, I just can make folders and put files in it, and then they can actually add folders themselves, and we can discuss the files they are handing in and actually communicate with one another. So access to Microsoft Teams, you will have your schedule on that portal. You can customize it as you please. One very important thing is that we only use your BUAS email address to communicate with you. So if you still want to use, let's say, Cinderella24, I'm fine with it. However, you have to make sure that you have a forward rule in your email box, which sends every email address to Cinderella24. And because if we have official communication, we assume that you have read it via your email.
So we can link this one to our...
You can link it to your private one. You can, in Microsoft Office, you can just add a forward rule, and then your rule will say, okay, whenever there's an email in, then I immediately send it to your private email address. That can be done. Osiris, that's for showing your results and your progression of your studies. As I can recall, that my colleague Margot yesterday told me is that you are already registered for all the exams for this coming year. So you don't have to register yourself, so you can forget that part. I will double check it with Margot when I'm finished with this lecture. If not, I will send an email to you guys, but you can assume you're already registered. Then Osiris is of course to see, okay, lecture A told us that I got an 8 for this course, so that you can check if it's indeed processed in the right manner in your Osiris. I cannot actually log into it. I can show you how the front page looks because I have a lecture account. So this is how Osiris looks. So you have osiris.buas.nl. You can change this page. It's now in Dutch, but you can change it in English, of course. And then if you press login, you can you fill in your username and password. Before doing this, you can consider, and I advise you to check like the instructions for the students. There are really easy movies and like easy instructions on it, so that whenever you need to do something with Osiris, just check it once, and then you will know it for sure. Okay. Now let's go to Cumlaude.
All of
Question?
these are in the study portal, right?
Yeah, the links and the crashes. Yeah, and the tiles, if you add these tiles, you're already linked, so you don't have to remember the addresses. It's just adding a tile. If I could show you it like this. So if you look at these tiles, you see Osiris, the link to Cumlaude, so it's there. Yeah. Next step is showing you Cumlaude, or the LMS system, learning management system. Okay. Whenever you click on the button LMS, you will see this environment. This is actually our learning management system, where we store a lot of, let's say, handouts and course guides for you guys, as well as when you're handing in something like a report, you need to go to this page to upload it. Actually, handing in stuff and getting information of it is the only thing you can do with it up till now. We're considering changing it into a new system because we see that we're missing a lot of functionalities like communicating with you guys, but now you can see it as just a file cabinet of storing files and retrieving information. When you log in, and I think you see a yellow ribbon at the top of the page, it's saying, this is the helper. Do not ever click on the helper. It's not a help at all. It will only make your life more complicated. So ignore it. However, you should make sure that whenever you are going into courses that you are able to see pop-ups. Because the system works with pop-ups, so if you have a pop-up blocker, remove it, otherwise you will miss information. I can, let's go to one of your courses. I'm also program Imagineering. Yeah, I'm connected to all courses, so it looks a little bit messy for me. But let's take this one. This is how a course for you guys will look. You will see a general course material. So you see folders, and in these folders, hopefully, there's for instance a course manual, and if I click on the course manual, I will actually see the manual. So this is, for instance, your course manual for the Imagineering research course. Okay. When you are, and this is actually for Cumlaude pretty, let's say, hand-in assignments, yes. I'm going to take an old course for this moment because otherwise I cannot explain it to you guys. Let's see if there's an old one.
But I will only have access to my assignments, right?
Yeah, not the other ones. Each document you're going to hand in for plagiarism. Plagiarism is actually copying somebody else's work without using the correct referencing or using, you don't have permission to quote somebody else as being your own work. Plagiarism is seen as a serious theft in this organization. So whenever they saying, okay, we're checking actually from a threshold above 7%, so when we notice, okay, it's 7% or higher, then we're going to check your work. So if I click on the on this button, on this score, then I will see all sources. Oh, actually we can do it. Maybe it's one thing to see. Okay, so what you will see at the top, 30% of this work is actually gotten from this person. So it can be the case that he already submitted something first try. He got an insufficient, so this might be the reset. So 30% score seems logical because he's coding his own work, so it won't be any problem. But imagine if we've used different sources and we do see that it's plagiarism. You will ask to, you are called by the exam committee You have to, well, let's say, it's like a court session, so you have to, it's an appeal, you have to go there. And when their final ruling is that you have committed plagiarism, you can be expelled from this institution for a year. So you have a year without doing any exams or handing in theses, etc. So make sure, I think in one of the first courses you are going to be learned how to actually use correct referencing and citing. So it will be in your courses. However, always make sure that you do it correctly. And yeah, in the Netherlands we had, I think years ago, a professor which is called Stapel, and he actually got a lot of problems because he had committed fraud, his data was incorrect. And we had a student also who we actually last summer we expelled her for a year of doing exams. So yeah, make sure that it's something which you are really thoughtful and careful about. I think already nearly done. Because yeah, that's already told you, don't install the plugin bar, allow pop-ups or you won't see extra information. This is about the plagiarism check. Microsoft Teams I already showed you.
And there was something about portfolio.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Whenever you are going the first time into the course, just check if you can hand in stuff and if you can see all the courses. If you can't see all the courses, you'll need to send an email to ELO AFL, and then they need to actually activate your account and do something or link it. But when you log into the LMS system and you see all the information, then it's perfectly fine.
7% is the percentage of plagiarism.
Yeah, then it's okay-ish. Yeah, yeah. You might ask the question, why is then still okay-ish? You should have no plagiarism at all. But yeah, of course you can have parts of quotations or you're using sentences where they discover. But well, then you still use 7% is the threshold. Then we need to check it. Yeah. Some small remarks. Whenever you need software or a new computer, go to surfspot.nl. It's a website which is for students that they can actually buy really cheap hardware, so laptops and software. When printing, you can do it via the portal and also with a USB stick. You can plug it in the printer and then you can print. The only thing is you will need, I think you all received it, this card. It's good for coffee and for printing, so it's a valuable card. But you first need to put credits on it, of course. And the credits are all, the machines for the credits are next to the printers. And I think, yeah, that's about it, because you are all more or less connected to the Wi-Fi. I don't need to show this link anymore. So, final remark, whenever you have things for your study, so borrowing pens, stuff, go to the service desk. Osiris, you can more or less forget. And if you have problems with the LMS system, you should email to eloavel@buas.nl. And that's more or less what I had to tell you in a brief second. So, if you don't have any questions, then you're free to have coffee, drinks, or whatever. And if I still need to check at a network, then give me your laptop and we can have a look if I can make it. Question?
Do you know, by any chance, what you can do if you don't have a student pass yet? Should I just go to the service
Yeah,
desk?
you should go to the service desk, because what can happen if you came from abroad or they didn't know your address, because they sent all passes to students to their last known address, so to say, but with the exchange students they kept them actually at this institution, because yeah, you could have been traveling, sitting in a plane, and that would be weird if we sent you a pass to your home country while you are actually not there at the moment.
Yeah.
So then go to the service desk, and if you give your last name, they probably immediately hand you over the pass. Yes?
Yes.
You should have coffee, so...
Oh, it was another percent. You have to delete like some network first before you connect.
Yeah, if you already tried to connect to a network once, yeah, it remembers your credentials, so you should press forget network and then try it again.
Oh, but I kind of got connected, so it was I mean, I've been studying at different universities as well.
Yeah, no,
Now
then...
then I will connect it again to
Yeah, no, it's fine. I think you have connection now. So
Yeah, so I don't.
no, you don't need to do anything. No, then the only thing is if your other university is removing your account because maybe you unsubscribe yourself, you might then need to go to log in again on Ethereum again with your new credentials.
Yeah, I did it right now.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
already unsubscribe, so.
Oh yeah, then it's fine. Yeah, then it's fine. It works.
Sorry, I still cannot connect to the
Okay.
Wi-Fi, so that's
Okay, now we're going to help you.
Oh, and a field trip.
Yeah,
Username, what is the number or number?
it's your number at US.nl because it needs to know that you're from this
And in the
institution.
morning,
I'm not sure if it's the problem is
Yeah, so
it's not a fire.
I want to be done.
yeah, no problem. That's totally fine.
Oh, ja. Ja. En ik moet dan gewoon het zou vast werken. Dus ik heb echt heel dag school, 1 uur. Dus ja, zo vind ik echt.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I thought it was just
That's,
Ik zou dat dat wil ik zo meteen al even.
what we can do is if you put your trick for this.
Ja, dat is best wel. Waar mijn moeder hadden iets gewoon elektronisch gedaan. Maar het is super slecht.
Sometimes it, yeah, you need to forget your password or things.
Ja,
Just
dan
put it in faster here. Then
Stond dat
Control
erbij?
C, copy, copy. When you typing it in, so then you can, for instance, username and then Control V it. Yeah, but I'm not allowed to see your password.
Komt wel goed, we gaan het wel leuk hebben. Maar was echt even.
Yeah, that's
Ja, en
something
dan
then,
weet je dat je maandag tot een groot koffie hebt gehad. Ik kan niet helemaal een beetje.
problems in
My number keyboard is broken.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
You also
Yeah.
able to.
Yeah, but you, username.
Gaan we bijna aan.
Where is the at click?
Jij loopt naar het station. Ja.
Ja.
Okay, now you can copy Bye bye. Bye.
Hi.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. So if you could put it in. Did it work?
Yeah, but that's a lot of reading.
Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, it's connecting. I think depends on if you do color or black. I think one is cancelled and the other one.
Maar heb je